So I am starting to plan my son's graduation party, and so I'm doing the centerpieces. Now, when my daughter graduated, I waited and showed everything at the same time. But this time I'm going to just show you the crafts as I'm doing it. One of the reasons I wanted to show this is I think this is cute for St. Patty's Day. If you're going to host a party at home and are looking for something to decorate your table, I think this is a really cute idea. So I wanted to go ahead and show you this today. So to do this, these mugs I got at the dollar store, Dollar Tree, $1.25. So they're super heavy, really nice mugs. So I ordered online so you can get like a full box of them. The other thing you'll need is some foil tissue paper for the inside and also the foam. This is the dry foam. It's really messy to work with, but I really like it for this type of a project because you need something for your sticks to go into. The sticks that I use are just sticks you can buy at the food store that you do kebabs on. We're going to use cream colored ribbon. The ribbon that I put in the top, I put it like as if it's the foam of the beer and the beer's kind of going down the side. So I thought that was a cute idea. I'm also using a metallic gold paint, which I'm painting the sticks just to give it a little bit nicer touch. Some tape, some scissors, a blade, an X-Acto knife blade, and I have a glass that fits into my mug that I'm using as a template. So if you have that, that will work very well. So we will get started. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you have to cut down your foam so that it fits into your mug. And that's why I like this foam, because it's really easy to cut down. Now, I'm going to have my foam to be a little bit below the glass line, and I've already cut one. So once you cut one and get it to the right size, keep the cube because you can use it as your template. So I'll show you basically once you have one, just line it up here. You're going to take your X-Acto blade and you're going to go all the way out because you're going to use the whole thing. And then all you do is just line it up. And then once you have that, you're just going to draw your blade all the way around the foam. And you're not even going into the inside. But the nice thing about this is it just breaks right off. So you see right there, I didn't even cut, but it cuts off cleanly. So that's about how far down from the mug that I want my foam. But now we have to cut it so that it's circular. So the thing I recommend is work on an old towel like I have here, because this is extremely messy. But you can contain it if you work on an old towel and have a trash can close by to put your scraps in. Now when you cut your cube off, save that because one will be as a template, and then I'm also going to show you something that we're going to do with some of the extras. So save some of your cubes, don't throw them all out. So the next step is I'm taking my glass, and this is my template for my circle. So I'm just going to push it down, and as far as it'll go, which is as far as you need. Then you're going to take your knife, and I'm just going to start on the outside, and I'm just going to cut the corners off. I'm going to do that all the way around. And then I'm going to go back. I'm just going to break that off. And then see all that foam there? That's the foam that you're going to have to trim down. So you just want to go along and just go all the way down and just trim it down until you have it. Now it doesn't have to be perfect. Don't worry about whether it's like super smooth or not, because you're not going to see that once you cover it with the tissue paper. So you just want to cut it down so that it fits in. You don't want it fitting tight because you have to cover it with the tissue paper, but you also don't want it too loose. So you're just going to have to find that perfect fit. And see how mine fits in? It's not super loose, but it's not tight either. So that's perfect. That's exactly what you want. So then just throw away this. That's why I say have a trash can close by, because you want to put that right into the trash can, because you see all the dust it creates. It can get rather messy, especially if you're making a whole bunch of them. And then once I'm done with the blade, I just run it under water, and that gets rid of all that extra dust. So one thing I didn't tell you to have, these are hair ties. You can buy them in the drugstore or the food store. They're for children, for girls to put their hair up with. I'm using these on this project. So the first thing you want to do is take your foil. And the nice thing about the foil is it's reversible. So either way you do it, it doesn't matter. And so put it in the center and pull your tissue up like that. And then when you get to the top, just hold it with your hand, and you want to cut off all this extra like that. Save this, because I'm going to show you in a second what to do with some of the scrap. But you're going to take your hair ribbon, hair tie, and it's just like a rubber band. You could use rubber bands too. Rubber bands would work fine. You just want small ones because you don't want to have it too bulky at the bottom. And I find the hair ties work great because it's just two and you're done. So then once you do that, you're going to smash down this and hold over your trash can, and you're going to trim off all this extra. So I'm going to hold over the trash can, so I'll show you when I'm done. So this is what you want it to look like when you're done trimming it up. Just a little bit off, but enough that you've gotten rid of that bulk. Now with the scrap pieces of paper, you'll see here that I have enough to make a square. I have a couple different scraps. Some of them are a little too small, but here I have two ends that I can make squares out of. So what I do is I cut the square, and I'm going to use that then on the bottom. So I'm going to take a piece of tape, and I'm going to roll it up so that it has the adhesive all the way around. And I'm going to stick that right in the middle. And the reason I'm doing this is just to secure this square to my styrofoam. Because what that's going to do when you put this into your mug is it's going to cover all of that stuff, and you're not even going to see it. So when I push it down, you can hardly see where that is, and it cleans all the edges up at the bottom and gives you your beer look in your glass. So now, as I said, to save some of your cubes, because the next step you're going to do is you're going to take some gold paint, and I just put the gold paint on a piece of foil, and I use a paintbrush, and I just brush it right onto the sticks, and then I stick my sticks into the foam until they dry. So it's just an easy way to get your sticks to dry nicely. So you just want to take, it's a little bit tedious work, but once you get going, you know, you can hold it against the base of the foam to get started, the foil. And you just want to go keep rotating your stick and paint it going up until the whole thing is painted the gold. So once you have it painted, you don't have to paint the end because that's going to be poking into the mug. So you don't have to worry about that. So just paint it to where you can hold it. And then I put my middle finger right at the top and then just push down. And there you go. And there it'll sit until it's dry. So the next thing I did was I decided what I wanted to print. I went on my computer. I created the document, and I printed it on cardstock. So this is printed right from my computer. And then I went ahead and cut them out. I made sure that the patterns I picked are exactly the same, so I don't have to do a flipped image. It's exactly the same. You don't want something that the shape is one side, and then when you flip it, it's on the other side. You want it so that it's a mirror image no matter which way. So that way you have a front and a back. So if someone's sitting on the other side, they're getting the same pattern. It's not just, you know, a white back. So basically all you do to do this is you just want to use your tacky glue. You put glue on it, and I use my finger to smooth it out because you want to make sure that the glue is very smooth. You could also use Mod Podge. I just don't like the smell of Mod Podge, so sometimes I don't use it. But you just want to make sure you cover the whole thing with the glue and get it nice and smooth before you put the other side on. So I basically just use my finger and I just smooth it all out across the whole piece, all the way to the edges. I'm putting my stick right in the center with the pointy end on the other end because that's going to be the end that's going to go into the foam, and then I just secure the other side of the bell to it and just hold it and make sure it's nice and secure all the way around. And if you have any edges after it's done drying, like there's a tiny little edge here, I'll just trim that up with a pair of scissors so that way it's an absolute mirror image from one side to the other. So the next step is to put them into your mug, and you want the tallest one in the back, and then I have two angled and the third one angled. So the first time you do it, you may have to adjust it a little bit, but once you get it down, it should go pretty easily. So you'll know which way to angle each one based on its shape. Then the last thing you want to do is take your cream curling ribbon, and I have about 4 strips of ribbon, about 2-3 feet long, and you just want to curl them, just dragging your scissors along the ribbon, and they make a nice curl. And then you just want to intertwine it around, and I haven't decided yet. I may go with like one really long strand, but the reason I have individuals is I like that look of the beer spilling out onto the mug, and I think the only way you can get that is if you have it as individual strands. So just intertwine it around your sticks so that it stays secure, and then take an end, one of the ends, and just have it coming down the side. So I'm really excited about these centerpieces. I'm using it for a graduation party, but like I said, if you're hosting a St. Patty's Day or a 50th birthday for a guy, I think it's a really cute idea for a centerpiece. And of course, your upper signs can say anything that you want them to say. So if this is your first time watching, welcome, and please don't forget to subscribe. If you want to receive future notification of posts, hit the bell, and if you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.